What's up, everyone? Welcome into a special edition of DodgerHeads, talking MLB Draft tonight. My name is Jeff Spiegel. I am joined by Justin Lorber, also known as Future Dodgers, and we are recapping the first round of the Major League Baseball draft. Of course, on Thursday we've got round 2 coming up. But Justin, just as we dive right in here, when we wake up tomorrow morning, what are going to be the headlines from the first round of the Major League Draft as far as you're concerned?
So I think the headlines will be the big surprises at 2 and 3, Baltimore and Miami. We heard some buzz about Baltimore potentially going under slot, not going with Austin Martin or Asa Lacy, the kind of consensus second and third players on the board behind Spencer Torkelson. And we heard some buzz about them with Nick Gonzalez, with Zach Veen, and they actually ended up going with Heston Kjerstad, the Arkansas outfielder, which was a little bit of a surprise. And then Miami, who had been linked to Asa Lacy, they had taken a Vanderbilt outfielder, J.J. Boulet, last year, so there was some thought maybe they go Austin Martin. Instead, they go Max Meyer, the 6-foot fireballer from Minnesota. And after that, things kind of settled down. That didn't really have a, continuing lasting effect on the rest of the first round, but it was definitely a shock to start off.
Okay. Well, and then we work our way down with the very last pick in the first round. The Dodgers are on the board, and they grab Bobby Miller of Louisville. So to a Dodger fan that has done very little draft research and draft prep, what do they need to know about Bobby Miller?
So the first thing to know about Bobby Miller is the absolutely electric arm. He's up to 99. Really, really good slider. That's his best secondary pitch. He throws a curveball, throws a changeup, but both are well behind his slider in terms of quality and consistency. He's a two-seam dominant guy. That's something I do wonder if the Dodgers decide to change, decide to kind of reorient him and make him more of a four-seam dominant guy. That's where you've seen baseball kind of move towards away from those two-seamer sinker guys whose fastballs run into bats and more towards the four-seam guys who can throw the four-seam at the top of the zone and miss bats in the zone. So that's something I wonder, if they decide to play around with him once he comes into their org, assuming that he signs, of course.
Yeah. Now, I was doing a little digging. Major League Baseball had him as their 26th best player in the draft. Keith Law had him all the way down at number 57. So, yes, he's a guy who throws 99 miles an hour. But where did you have him on sort of in the big picture? Was this good value at 29 in your estimation?
I think it was good value. So I don't have an overall board, but I had a board for this pick specifically. He was 12th on that board. And I think there were, 5 guys in front of him who weren't there at pick 29. So he moved up a little bit. And it's definitely not a reach. I wouldn't call it a reach by any standards. He's a guy who did not start off the year in first round range. And then just depending on how much you saw of him or whether you thought the changes he made were legit, that might, cause you to put him 25th or 50th.
Yeah.
There's some reliever risk for sure with him. He's got a very high effort delivery. That's something that I think they will look to kind of tone down. But he's a guy who, if he's a reliever, he can be a back end 8th, 9th inning type of reliever.
Got it. Yeah, I was reading in the Super Regional last year, this is a guy who had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning and was still hitting 95 miles an hour on the gun in the 9th. So he touches 99. That's got to be nice. Well, the last big question with him, of course, I believe he's a junior. Is that right? But signability. Are we talking about a guy that the Dodgers have to worry about signing, or is this somebody that should be able to – is this an above-slot guy, an under-slot guy? How do you see that sort of playing out?
I don't think there's any concern with his signability. We have seen the Dodgers fail to sign Louisville pitcher before, Kyle Funkhouser, in 2015, but I don't think this will be an issue. He might be slightly under slot. We've heard some speculation about whether all teams are going to try to just go slightly under slot with all their players, given everything going on this year. But he should be right around slot value. I would be surprised if it were any different than that.
Okay. Well, all that sounds good. I mean, again, 99, touching 99 on the gun, that never hurts. So as we look ahead till Thursday, we've got rounds 2 through 5. The Dodgers have, is it 4 more picks or 5 more picks? What are some things to keep an eye on? Maybe some guys to watch at numbers 60 and 66 when the Dodgers are back on the board.
So the Dodgers have 5 picks remaining. They got 2 in the second round because they traded for that compensation pick in the Kenta Maeda deal. My top targets right now are, I'd say, LSU right-handed pitcher Cole Henry. He's a draft-eligible sophomore, so might need to go above slot for him. Dallas Baptist lefty Burrow Caraway. He's a true relief pitcher, reliever only, but he's someone who could potentially pitch in the major leagues this year.
Wow.
Fastball 95 to 99, absolute hammer of a curveball, and someone who could realistically add something. And he's a lefty to the Dodgers bullpen this year. And then Kevin Parada, he is a local product. He goes to Loyola High School. He's a high school catcher, obviously. And he's someone who has performed on the showcase circuit. His advanced metrics with the bat have been good in the videos that we've seen over the past couple weeks. And he has a chance to stay behind the plate. So I think with what the Dodgers have been able to do with their catching prospects specifically, he'd be a really good fit if he's able to make it that far.
Great. Well, Justin, we appreciate your time as always. If you're interested in this, tune in next week. We're going to have Justin on for an extended segment to talk about Bobby Miller in a little bit more depth, as well as the 5 guys the Dodgers grab from here on out. So join us on Monday for that. Again, this is Dodger Heads presented by Dodger Blue. You can check out all the latest information about the draft at DodgerBlue.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Dodger Blue 1958. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.